Hey everyone! When it comes to the most ferocious and dangerous animals, most people automatically think of bears, sharks, crocodiles, and other massive predators of the wild. But few realize that true ferocity has nothing to do with size, teeth, or how sharp your claws are, and you're about to see why very soon. Because the star of today's episode, despite its modest size and weight, is always ready for a vicious showdown with any opponent. It doesn't care if its target is 5 times larger, and it definitely isn't afraid of wolves or bears. Today, we're talking about a fearless relative of the honey badger, the Wolverine. The Wolverine is the largest land-dwelling member of the mustelid family, only outsized by the sea otter and giant otter, which are primarily aquatic. Their bodies can grow up to 105 centimeters long, with their weight hovering between 9 and 19 kilograms. In appearance, it looks like a cross between a bear cub and a badger. Like many of its mustelid cousins, the Wolverine features a small head, short rounded ears, and large razor-sharp teeth. Unlike its relative, the honey badger, which prefers hotter climates, the Wolverine makes its home in the freezing regions of Europe, Asia, and North America. Its long, thick coat allows the animal to comfortably handle brutal sub-zero temperatures, while its wide, bear-like paws act like snowshoes, helping it move quickly through deep snow. In fact, this beast can clock a top speed of up to 48 kilometers per hour, an impressive stat for a relatively small predator. Wolverines are also effortless tree climbers. Each individual claims a massive home range that can span up to 2,000 square kilometers. They are solitary creatures, making them incredibly elusive, and they actively avoid areas populated by humans. But don't let their cautious nature fool you. These are fiercely bold animals that tolerate absolutely zero competition and answer to no one. Let's see what a Wolverine is truly capable of when squaring off against other animals. A hungry Wolverine will drive itself to do some incredibly reckless things. The fearless creature goes head-to-head with a wolf over its freshly caught prey. Sharp teeth and claws fly from both sides, and neither is willing to give an inch. The Wolverine masterfully pins the wolf, neutralizing its deadly jaws. On top of that, it locks onto the most vulnerable target and bites the wolf dead on the nose. The brutal standoff lasts for several minutes. Amazingly, the wolf, despite vastly outsizing and outpowering its opponent, just can't overcome the Wolverine. Thoroughly battered, the wolf retreats, abandoning its kill, while the Wolverine casually digs into its meal like nothing even happened. This fearless beast actually has the sheer audacity to hijack food from an entire pack of wolves. Naturally, the pack wants to teach this uninvited guest a lesson, but they run into fierce resistance and drop their prey, which the starving Wolverine immediately claims. Why bother hunting when you can just steal a ready-made meal? With that exact mindset, the Wolverine effortlessly robs a fox, who doesn't even dare to stand her ground. The puma is a formidable hunter of the feline family, but a hungry Wolverine couldn't care less. To the Wolverine, scaring off a puma is like shooing away a kitten. The mountain lion realizes it's better not to mess with such a total maniac and beats a hasty retreat. In the Wolverine's territory, heavy snowfalls and even avalanches are common, trapping many animals and leaving them to perish under a thick blanket of snow. But this hunter's senses are incredibly sharp, allowing it to sniff out not just live prey, but even animals buried alive. In fact, a Wolverine can catch the scent of meat buried under up to 6 meters of snow. Scavenging for frozen meals like this helps the animal conserve vital energy, and as you can see, luck is on its side today. Other predators don't have nearly as keen a sense of smell, but an easy meal can always attract unwanted guests like its own kind. Teeth and claws come out in a fierce battle for dinner. This time, The defender manages to stand its ground and protect the prize. Their powerful teeth can crush straight through bones and hooves. That's why wolverines, not wolves, are considered the ultimate cleanup crew of the forest. They have an insatiable appetite and consume far more carrion than any other predator. But these animals aren't just good at hijacking meals or scavenging for carrion. They are also highly successful active hunters. And when they go on the prowl, the size of the prey means absolutely nothing to them. In fact, a wolverine won't hesitate to target a full-grown deer. The deer will fight with everything it's got to shake off the attacker, and it might even succeed at first. But the wolverine simply refuses to back down. It goes right back in for a second round, digging its sharp claws and teeth directly into the victim's head. Eventually, the exhausted deer collapses, and its fate is sealed. Interestingly enough, wolverines caught in the wild quickly adapt to humans, shedding their aggression and becoming completely tame. In the wild, their lifespan rarely exceeds 10 years, but in captivity, they can live up to 17. As you might have guessed, wolverines have virtually no natural predators. Very few creatures are willing to mess with such a notoriously aggressive beast. While clashes do happen, their natural caution usually helps them steer clear of unnecessary fights. Instead, this animal's true enemy is starvation, which frequently claims the lives of young juveniles. By the law of nature, it's survival of the fittest. Current estimates put the global wolverine population at around 30,000. Let's hope the numbers of these incredible creatures remain stable, at least at their current levels.